iPhone 14, release date, review, specifications. The new iPhone 14 is likely to be released on September 14, 2022. The iPhone 13 is named after the production number. This is despite the superstitions of many buyers who may have refused to buy because of the number. Therefore, we can assume that the iPhone 14 will be released with the next number in order in the title. But for many, apparently, version 13 will be the last. According to analysts, Apple will not release the iPhone 14 mini. However, we want to draw your attention to the fact that Apple can go a completely different way. Call the new iPhone 2022 iPhone 15. It would be easy to explain this by the fact that 2022 marks exactly 15 years since the release of the first iPhone 2G. As you remember, Apple already skipped one iPhone 9 model in order to release the iPhone X in the year of the iPhone 2G anniversary. One of the main features of the iPhone 14 should be the absence of a bang, or its reduction. In version 13, Apple narrowed it down a bit, so it is believed that next year, the company will get rid of the bangs, turning to the whole camera design. This has been used by Android manufacturers for several years. It is also interesting that, according to the analyst, Apple wants to get rid of the bangs only in the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max. This means that the budget model will still be equipped with bangs. It is probably one of the entire line that can keep the Lightning connector, when the two older ones come out, without a charging connector, and will be charged only through MagSafe. Either premium models will receive Type-C, while budget ones, on the contrary, will be deprived of the port. There are several more options for what Apple can make a bang in the iPhone 2022. Two small separate notches, one solid in the form of an ellipse, or move all the main elements up to minimize the space. As for the other parts of the design, shape or color, little is known yet. Closer to the release date, there may be leaks about future colors and noticeable changes in the shape of devices. According to JP Morgan Chase investors, the iPhone 14 Pro could come with a titanium alloy case. The latest iPhones are currently made from stainless steel and aluminum. The titanium alloy case material is used in some models of the Apple Watch Series 6. It is important to note that titanium is more resistant to scratches and external damage due to its rigidity. But there is a nuance, which consists in the fact that this material is about 60% heavier. Also, fingerprints are more visible on the titanium alloy. Therefore, Apple in its patents is considering the possibility of applying an additional protective coating to the surface. For several years now, there have been rumors that Apple wants to introduce a fingerprint scanner under the iPhone screen. The iPhone 14 is likely to be the company's first smartphone to include both in-screen Touch ID and Face ID. Since the technology is new, proven insurance in the form of a known authentication method may be needed. It was previously said that the iPhone was supposed to be such a model, which will be released in 2021, but Apple's plans have been adjusted due to the pandemic and the shortage of spare parts. The front camera will be significantly improved in the iPhone 14. The biggest change will be an update to the front camera's autofocus feature. It is likely that Apple is aiming to catch up with the main camera in terms of shooting and quality. Although most of the details are still unknown, it can be assumed that the night mode will be significantly upgraded and an advanced lens may be installed. In addition, the analyst claims that the premium iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max will receive 48-megapixel lenses. Now the iPhone 12 Pro Max has 3 lenses of 12 megapixels each, but this technology is already being practiced by Samsung. This improvement will be possible due to the fact that Apple will now assemble lenses themselves, and not buy ready-made ones. Supplier Foxca has even received the equipment needed for this. An important feature of the camera of the new iPhone will be the ability to record video in 8K quality. For several years, reports have suggested that Apple may introduce an iPhone without a port. There have already been leaks that showed a portless iPhone 13 Pro, but this does not seem very plausible, since now most users are not yet ready to switch to MagSafe en masse. Yes, and the power of the wireless charging itself is limited to 7.5 W, if we are not talking about exceptional chargers original, or using an Apple 20 watts block. Therefore, it is quite possible that the iPhone 14 will be the first iPhone without a Lightning port. Apple is likely to make this change first with the 14 Pro. In the next few years, ports will disappear in entry-level models as well. Now Apple is working to use cutting-edge developments in terms of processors. Therefore, in the updated A16, unless they suddenly decide to replace it with M1, the technology can be used on a 4nm or even 3nm manufacturing node. Apple processor maker TSMC has already announced a rise in the price of processors for the iPhone 14. It is possible that this will also affect the iPhone 13 line. If Apple wants to use next-level technologies, users will have to pay more. Battery. Now Apple is considering the possibility of increasing battery capacity. This can be seen from the company's patents, which demonstrate the advanced work of engineers. Therefore, there are suggestions that the battery of the future iPhone 14 will be noticeably better in order to provide the right battery life for users. The price of the iPhone 14. iPhone 14 will be an expensive device. This is indicated by several advanced technologies that can be used in it. This is a mini LED screen, and the absence of a bang, and updated cameras with a Touch ID built into the screen. The user will need to pay for all this.